Hi. So in this video, I'm going to discuss the concept of switch configuration, both in active high and active low. All right. So when it comes to switches, there are two main types of switches we normally use in prototyping a circuit. All right. Now, first is this image here, which is a two-pin switch. The next is this kind of a 4-pin switch. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to connect the circuit in terms of just the wiring diagram. And then later on, we will look at the breadboarding. All right. So for this two-pin switch, all right, when I want to connect or any switch for a matter of fact, there are two main configurations. One, we call it active high or active low. So what is active high or active low? Basically, the logic level that we want when the switch is active. So when is the switch active? When I press the button. All right. So when I say I want an active high configuration, all right, that means if you look at it from a timeline perspective, all right, this is not pressed, okay, and this is pressed. All right. So before pressing, that means when I'm not pressed, when the switch is not pressed, it is considered logic low. All right, and then it's considered a logic high. Okay, so in terms of, for example, the Arduino Uno configuration, we can say that this is around 0 volts and this will be around 5 volts. Okay, or depending on what is the power supply connected to the switch. Alright, so I'm just giving you an example, 0 volt and 5 volt. So when it's not pressed, it is 0. When it's pressed, it is 5. That means it's considered high when it is active or when the switch is activated. Okay, so this is what we call an active high configuration. All right, now let's look at the active low configuration. So as the name suggests, it is the opposite. That means, again, from the same timeline, okay, when I am not pressed, when the switch is not pressed and when the switch is pressed. All right, so in this case, we will say that when it's not pressed, it is high or 5 volt, and when it's pressed, it goes low, 0 volt. So we say this is an active low configuration. All right, so that is the first thing we must understand. What is active high? What is active low? All right, now let's look at the design of the circuit, okay, in terms of the two switches. Okay, so let me move this down a bit. Okay, so for a two-pin switch, okay, for a two-pin switch, it is straightforward. Okay, so assuming that I connect my circuit to a 5 volt supply. All right. Now, if I want it to be in active high configuration, that means by default, I want to be able to detect, okay, a low. But I want to detect a low. Now, how can I do that? So you can put your switch followed by a current limiting resistor, and you will tap the signal at this point. All right. So what happens? Okay. So when you tap the signal at this point, which is where the switch, one end of the switch meets the other end of the resistor, when the switch is open, as you can see now, what I would read, okay, at this point here is the 0 volts. Okay, when I close the switch, okay, so when I close the switch and I make a connection, then what happens? I am making a direct pathway to the 5 volts supply, which means I will go to 5 volts. Okay, so this is the not pressed, okay, or the default state of the switch. Once I press it, it will create a connection to the 5 volts and it will be active high. Okay, so that is the active high configuration for this switch. Now the same thing, if I want to design it as an active low configuration, what do I need to do? Okay, I need to put the resistor here, okay, followed by a switch this way. All right, now what is where is the point I will read the voltage is here. Okay, so when I read the voltage here, what happens? By default, when the switch is open, this pin is connected to the 5 volts. So I will read a 5 volts. Okay, so again, we are assuming the same 5 volt supply. So I'll read 5 volts. When the switch is closed, then what happens? I now create a pathway to ground. Okay, let me use the red. Okay, I'll create a pathway to ground, which means that now I will read 0 volts. So this is not pressed 5 volts. The moment I press, it becomes 0 volts. So this is what we call the active low configuration. Okay, again, this is very important, all right, because you really want to understand how the hardware behaves before you write the code, correct? Okay, so that is the first part. Now let's move on to this, the 4-pin switch. Okay, so for the 4-pin switch, okay, how does it work? Now when you connect this 4-pin switch, okay, in terms of the breadboard, okay, we will connect it such that, as you know, the breadboard has two halves, upper half and lower half, and I will connect the switch this way, okay, across both, and then I have the pins here, 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 and here. Okay, now how does this 4-pin switch function? All right, the way it functions is when I do not press, okay, I create a connection this way. Okay, so this is the not pressed. Okay, and when I press, I create a connection this way. All right, so how does this work? All right, how does this work in the context of active high and active low? All right, now if I want an active high configuration, okay, what I need to do is I need to, okay, so let me redraw the circuit here. Okay, so I'm going to redraw it again with this placement on the breadboard so that you have an idea how it's going to be working. All right, so what I need to do is I first need to connect this pin to 5 volt, for example, and I will connect this pin resistor to ground. Okay, and where will I read my signal? I will read my signal here. Okay, so when I read my signal here, what happens? All right, as you can see, when I do not press the switch, this line, okay, and this line are connected, correct, vertically. So when it's not pressed, there is a vertical connection, and since the line on top is not connected to anything, this line, the voltage here is just dependent on the connection through the resistor to ground. Okay, so when I do not press, what I get is this 0 volt. Okay, when I do press the switch, okay, so again there's a button here. Okay, when I press the switch, what happens? I'm creating a connection this way. Okay, so when I'm creating a connection this way, what happens? At the bottom two pins, nothing happens because the pin on the left is not connected to anything. But on top, the pin on the right is connected to the 5 volts, which means that I am now creating a pathway to the 5 volts. Okay, so when it is not pressed, is 0 volt. When it is pressed, it is 5 volts. Okay, so again, this is what we call the active high configuration. Now, so the last step is, how do I use this switch for the active low configuration? So let me redraw this again. Okay, now what I need to do is I need to connect the resistor here. Okay, and over here go to ground. And where do I need to tap the signal? I need to tap the signal over at this point here. All right, so when the switch is not pressed, as you can see, when the switch is not pressed, the connections are the two vertical sides, correct? And on the left hand side, the bottom pin is not connected to anything, which means that the only pathway is up to 5 volts. So initially it will be 5 volts. All right, now when I do press the switch, what happens? I am now creating a connection between here and here. Okay, and when that happens, I am now creating a pathway to ground. Okay, so it will become 0 volts. Okay, so when it's not pressed, it's 5 volts. When it's pressed, it becomes 0 volts. So this is what we call the active low configuration. All right, so I hope that this video gives you a clear idea on exactly how to configure and connect switches for either active high or active low configuration using either the 2-pin switch or the 4-pin switch. So thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.